everybody. We're very lucky today. Appearing on my phone line is Governor Jesse Ventura from the great state of Minnesota. Hello, Governor.
Randy, how are you doing? Hey, I was listening to you talking about the finances and all the money in elections, and I just wanted to tell you, now granted, mine was 1998 money, but I only raised $300,000.
I know.
$300,000 to become governor of Minnesota.
Well, you know, I understand that, but you had
wait, let me add something.
You had name recognition, the likes of which
Well,
people only
certainly,
dream
but
of. So
let me add something, Randy.
Okay.
I met for 3 hours with Bobby Kennedy, and I came in second. He picked the money over the votes. I don't bring money, I bring votes.
Yeah.
Kamala Harris should pick me as the VP, the ultimate independent.
Oh, I see. Well, I see what you did there. All right. I didn't know that you were going there. I honestly didn't. Do you really think that that's a possibility?
No, because she's a Democrat, and the Democrats won't let her. But if they were smart, they would pick me, the ultimate. Think of the independent voters I would bring on board. I get people all the time telling me to run for president.
That's true. I've heard it. I've heard it a lot in different nooks and crannies of my universe. I have heard it a lot.
Yeah. Kamala Harris should choose me. That would shock Trump. It would shock the Republicans.
Oh.
Think of the independent voters she'd get on board.
So think about that Republican National Convention, and I don't want to bring this up, and make you feel, any kind of blood pressure increase. But I mean, I was watching that swill, and I did think about you because I saw Hulk Hogan up there, and I saw Linda McMahon up there. I mean, the idea that they tried to, present this that way to people, knowing how. I know that they're anti-union, anti-benefits. These people got so rich off of, people who gave it everything they had, every ounce of energy, every Saturday. You know what I mean? So,
well, I tried to unionize wrestling, and Hogan's the guy that turned me in. I got fired because of him.
So tell that story, because I know that story. That story is amazing. And I don't think people know that you tried to unionize WWE and how Vince McMahon was like, you say one more word about, collective bargaining or unionization or benefits, and you're going to get fired. And
what happened was, I had already been fired.
Okay, tell the story.
I stood up in the dressing room right before WrestleMania 2. And there was only the wrestlers, and I told them now is the time to unionize. All the publicity's out there. They can't get it back. If we go out to federal union people, by law, they have to come in and unionize with us. And the next day I get a call from McMahon who rails me for talking about the union stuff. So for 3 or 4 years, I kept it in the back of my mind. Who was it that stooged me? Who was it, the rat, who went immediately to McMahon? And later on, when I sued the WWF over videotape royalties, we got the federal deposition. And I told my attorney the story, so you can ask anything in a deposition. And so he asked Vince McMahon, had there ever been a union? Anyone ever try to make a union in wrestling? And Vince goes, well, he thought a moment. He said, I think Jesse Ventura spouted his mouth off about it a couple years ago. And my attorney said, well, did you hear Mr. Ventura say this? And Vince said, no. And my attorney said, well, then how did you know about it? With no hesitation, under sworn oath, he responded immediately, Hulk Hogan told me.
Ugh.
So what that did, it made Hulk Hogan in wrestling an office stooge. And if you're from my day of wrestling, an office stooge is the worst thing you can be. That's someone who rides around with the wrestlers, listens to their gossip, and then reports it back to the promoters.
Yeah, he's a snitch. Yeah.
But think about it, Randy. Jesse Ventura and Kamala Harris.
I will think about it, and, there might be some way I can drop that idea somewhere that might make somebody see it. But
well, I'll tell you, I can't bring money. I can only bring votes.
Gotcha. Very cool. Thank you, Governor.
Okay. You have a great one, Randy, and keep up the great work.
Thank you. You too. Thank you so
much.
Bye-bye. Don't have time to listen to the live show? Want to hear more on your schedule? Go to randyrhodes.com and buy a stinking podcast.